welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video about making a zero waste pantry, or as zero waste as I can make it in the space of one day. Let's get to it. Tip number one is to use what you already have in terms of jars and containers. I know there are so many photos floating around Instagram of perfect zero waste pantries with all these jars that are exactly the same size and color and all of that, but it can be surprisingly expensive to build up that kind of collection, and I guess the whole point of having a zero waste pantry is to avoid the creation of materials that we just don't need, so why not use what you already have rather than going and buying a bunch of new products. I had the time to sort everything into categories, and I found double ups, things that were out of date, and also things I didn't even know I had in my cupboard. What is that? Minfu Shungri. What? I also went ahead and took everything out of its current packaging and put it into jars that I had lying around. That way, when it comes time to replace the product, instead of seeing it in its boxed packaging and seeing that as a thing you need to replace, you see the actual product in the jar and you remember, oh yeah, I can get this filled up at the bulk food store. You probably know what's in your cupboard, so I say skip the labeling. Unless you have a few similar looking things, then you can just write straight onto the jar. So I got my boyfriend Josh to help me out at the bulk food store today, and just in case you can't tell, he's a wonderful portrait photographer. What are we doing, Josh?
I don't know.
Is that a plastic water bottle you've got there?
Yeah, but I've had it for about 4 months now.
That's true.
Yeah.
So you can either use paper bags to grab what you need, or you can bring your own jars in, get them pre-weighed, and they'll subtract the weight at the checkout for you. Okay, so we have the after shot. I only bought 2 new jars, so as you can see, they are still a few things in their original packaging. Another zero waste tip, and this is a terrible example I've got here because it doesn't go in the cupboard, but it's just what I was making on the day. It's almond milk. Things like biscuits, nut butters, muesli, and all of that you can make yourself. Of course, that's time dependent, but if you do have the time, why not give it a go and save yourself some money and packaging? So what I've done here is I've compared prices from the bulk food store that I went to, which is the Source, to the lowest and highest prices of the same product from the 2 main grocery stores in Australia, so Coles and Woolworths, and I've pitted the average prices against each other. The results actually really surprised me. There were more categories than I thought where the Source came out on top, especially things like nuts, seeds and spices were so much cheaper from the bulk food store. Things like cereal and snacks, however, did tend to be cheaper from the main supermarkets. Some things from the bulk food store that I went to only came in organic versions. While organic food is better for you, I certainly can't afford to shop organically all the time. And I guess what I'm saying here is to just do what you can with what you have. Even small changes can go a long way. And if you'd like a more thorough comparison between bulk food and supermarket prices, let me know in the comments because I'd love to do a video on that as well. Thanks for watching. Are these the same kind of price? I don't really know.